Very warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motive Racing channel. We are here for the third round of the GT4s here at Donington Park, a very wet Donington Park. Unfortunately, many of you would have seen last time out, we didn't actually stream the event at Silverstone. It was a real shame because it was a great event across both tiers, but we are back, we are ready and back with a vengeance and ready to rumble once again for another week of action. And we've got 11 drivers out on the tracks for the tier 2s, which is pretty good considering a few drivers have dropped out of this season. A controversial week here at Motive Racing in the past sort of 7 to 8 days or so, but things are just starting to settle down a little bit. We're getting back to where we want to be, where we should be, where we're aiming to be. And I'm delighted to say that it's not just me in the commentary box for this tier 2 event. I've got Sergey alongside me for this one. Sergey, welcome to the box, mate. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, hi Andy, good evening everyone, good to hear you again here in Comms Booth. Yeah, it will be an interesting race I think, because it's a very tricky track, this Donington Park, even if it's dry, but it's wet, and we see that it's night quali, so drivers will show all their skills, all what they can do, and let's watch again, hope that it will be interesting.
Indeed, yeah, we are hoping that we see some good action tonight. Whilst we're here on the stream right now, I just want to say to anybody watching who's been looking forward to this stream and watching us for the first time maybe, a big welcome along. If you're interested in some clean sim racing, then be sure to come to motiveracing.com and see what we're about, join our leagues, get involved in the on-track action. We've got other leagues here on ACC, not just this GT4 league. We've got Porsche Super Cup on a Monday, which is currently running a little bit low on numbers, so if you like the Porsche Super Cup, if you're interested in driving in that league, then come over to motiveracing.com, click on the ACC sign up. Also, we've got leagues in the GT3s as well, 2 tiers for the GT3s like we have for the GT4s tonight. But as I say, the one that we really need to get numbers for is the Porsche Super Cup. So if you're interested in driving some Porsche Cup cars, very tricky, no traction control, then come along and sign up for that league. It's on a Monday night. But also, if you're interested in Project Cars 2 racing as well, then come over to motiveracing.com and get involved in the Clio Cup or the GT3s, the Formula Rookies or the touring cars. We've got plenty of things for drivers of all abilities and of interest to come along and see what we're about. But looks like one of our new drivers tonight, Castle Racing, is already lighting up the timing screens. Sergey, I did not expect this. The newcomer tonight, making his debut, currently sat on provisional pole right now.
He was driving very good. We had one race in practice session. It was about 2 hours ago.
We may have just dropped him there for a moment, but it is exciting to see Castle Racing at
1-1.
Oh, he gets a little bit loose on the curve though, coming out of the crane of curves. But no, not crane of curves. Sorry, that wasn't the crane of curves. That's actually he's coming through the middle part of the lap. But yeah, not the best moment there for Castle Racing, but he is sat at top of the leaderboard at the moment. He's 2 tenths clear of Ryan Ruby, sat in second. Ryan Ruby streams his races through his own YouTube channel.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you now, mate. I was just speaking about racing on his debut here, provisional pole position, already doing a great job tonight.
Yeah, we had the practice session, we had practice race, it was about 2 hours ago. There were only me, Freeman and this guy, Castle Racing in the lobby, and we had almost the same pace and we were driving fast, I think. And yeah, now he's doing times which he does, 1:43.4, but he may be even faster. So he's doing a great job here in Tier 2 and maybe he will win this race.
It's impressive to see the way that he's going at the moment. You've got Ryan Ruby sat in second, and I was mentioning just a few moments ago that this man does actually stream his races live to his YouTube channel, excuse me. So big shout out to him, gives us good publicity, and usually puts on a good show. I think he came P2 last week. I looked at his stream. I used his stream actually to look at the standings. Because I thought I was going to be doing the standings, but it turns out that we've got Will Friedman on board doing a lot of the standings for this for the ACC league. So big shout out to him as well for joining our staff team as well. Freeman, Penguin Dude, all the guys who are on the staff team, Emo guy as well on the Stewart's team, the new additions to the staff team here at Motive Racing. A big shout out to you guys who have come on board and helped us to steady the ship in these very difficult times here for this sim racing league. That we have got many other staff members as well joining the team as of very recently. But yeah, big shout out to all of the guys who have been helping us over the course of the last week. As we can see Ryan Ruby coming out the last corner, and he gets within 200ths of a second of Castle Racing, but Cordeo goes to the top of the leaderboard there, 3/10 clear of Castle Racing, so he's really getting it down in the early stages. Well, I say early stages, we're halfway through the session already here, but he goes to the top, 3/10 clear. Ryan Ruby getting pretty close, the Lazy Camel in P4, just 2 seconds off. Can he improve? No, he can't. But looks like the track still isn't really getting any worse at the moment. Lap times are still coming down.
Yeah, it's happening because the rain will be less and less, as we can see on the timing screen, and I think that till the end of this quali session it will be a very light rain, or not so big rain, because it's now really heavy rain, and maybe we can see some improvements into the end of the qualification.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We see the times coming in thick and fast, and we see RWI Racing coming over the line. He stays in 8th place for the time being. Castle Racing's come into the pits for the time being, so he's making some adjustments to the setup, maybe trying to get the absolute maximum out of the car if he can. But at this point, Falgas has gone up into 4th place. He pushes the Lazy Camel down a position, out-qualifies him by half a second at the moment. Falgas driving in the Audi, by the looks of it. It's a bold choice, but an interesting one. The Audi can be a solid choice if you set it up correctly. But it can. I drove it once in a race at Plans Hatch in the GT4 Championship last season, and it was a bit of a handful. But having said that, that was my first race at Motives GT4s on ACC. It was my first race on an ACC period in terms of a league race. So probably not the most representative of how I'm going to appreciate a car on this game. But yeah, for sure, Falgas doing a very good job at this point. Castle Racing sat in the pits by the looks of it, so he's clearly taking a while just getting things absolutely nailed on for this final run that he's going to have in this session. He's coming out of the pits now, so he was a long time on pole position in this session. Let's see if he can try and get himself back up on that top spot ahead of Cordeo. We've got the Lazy Camel's gone up into 4th place. He's just within 8/10 of a second of the provisional pollster to Cordeo. Currently sat on the 2nd row provisionally. Will line up alongside Ryan Ruby as it stands. King Quinn sat in 6th place at the moment. We've got Nilsson in 7th, sat in the pits at the moment. RWI in 8th. He's just coming out of the last corner. Let's see what he can do here as he comes up towards the line. What is RWI Racing going to be able to put on the board? There's P7 with that lap. Still a little way off the top time. Nilsson gets pushed down a position. Evans currently sat in 9th place at the moment. Duke Martin in P10, just coming out of the Melbourne hairpin now. Tanuki coming through the Craner curves. He's still getting a lap time on the board just at the moment, so he needs to get that done pretty soon, otherwise he will be starting in the back, that is for sure. And a lot of comments coming in the YouTube comment section tonight. Looks like it's a lively evening here in terms of the chatter. We've got JR saying, let's go Team Run DJC. As usual, CEO of Team Run DJC is JR. Always getting behind his boys and giving them support on the stream. We've got Eric Viking says, are we getting a stream this week? Yes, Eric. Yes, we are. Killian says,
and Ryan Ruby. I'm sorry, Andy, but Ryan Ruby made awesome 142.0.
That is incredible. Look at that. He's 1 second clear of Cordeo. So Ryan Ruby's absolutely nailed it together. He's just put up a perfect lap. Let's see if he's got any more in the tank. Can he sneak into those 141s maybe? We've come back to the comments. We've got Killian here in the comments. Says, hello, when does this start? 7 PM it started, Killian. Tier 1 is at 8. But Eric says, got it, thanks. Yep. Standard control. So hope everyone brought their yellow raincoats. I don't know if they're yellow standard control. Maybe the old Ferrari raincoats that they used to wear in the 70s and 80s could be in use in this one. But standard control was the man who ran away with the first 2 races in this GT4 Tier 2 championship this season and ended up getting a premature promotion to Tier 1. So he'll be racing later on for the main event. Good luck to him in his racing tonight. We've got Eric saying ribbed rubbers tonight. Snooky and Sam. Hey, it's Andy says, good luck to the Lazy Camel. Lazy Camel currently sat in P5 at the moment, Andy, so doing a great job here. Cosmic Mike says, evening everyone, welcome along. Cosmic Mike, SimRaceTrain says, let's go Team Run JPDC, hit the like button for the GT4 boys, absolutely. So your appreciation for all these drivers out on track, they're doing a great job here in these adverse weather conditions. JR says, Sainalov sounds hot on the mic, Andy. Yes, he definitely does. Sergey is hot property in the commentary box, that is for sure. But we can see Ryan Ruby coming up towards the line. Can he improve his lap time? He goes 2/10 quicker, so he's continuing to set fastest lap times here. Purple times coming in from the provisional pole sitter, 1:41.8. I have to say, I think we've found a replacement for standard control here, so again, Ryan Ruby looks unbeatable.
And Kudeo made another awesome lap. He's really close to Ryan Ruby now, about 1/10 behind him. These two guys are doing, I don't know, unbelievable times. 141.8 and 142.0. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. Cordeo's really lighting up now as well, which is good to see. So we don't want to see Ryan Ruby running away with this. We want to be seeing a good fight for the lead. These two, they look to be in a class of their own. And I was saying at the start of the session that Castle Racing, the Davidson tonight, was looking very strong. But he's now a long way off the top spot. And let's see what he can do here as the track appears to be drying out a little bit. The rain's continuing to fall, but they're shedding the water faster than it's actually coming down, which means that the track is getting slightly quicker as this session goes on. It's very, very light rain, and they're actually moving the water quicker than it's landing on the surface. So let's see what Castle Racing can do. King Quinn also coming up towards the line. Can he improve? He gets a nice toe coming over the line, but he can't improve. He will get another lap though in this session. RWI's in the pits, as is the DeLazycamel and Falguest. Duke Martin just coming through towards the final corner in towards Goddard. Now is that Goddard? I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is. Here he comes, gets on the power. You want to make sure you don't slip around too much with these slippery conditions here. He comes up towards the line now, and Duke Martin moves up 2 positions there.
Yep.
Yeah, he pushes Falguest and RWI down a position each. 2.3 seconds is the pace. Duke Martin will get another lap in here at the end of the session. Nelson down to 9. Evans looks like he can't improve there. Stays in P10 for the time being. Snooky is still not set a lap time here. Is he on a lap? He is on a lap. He's got one corner left to go. He needs to make this one count. If it doesn't count, then he's going to be in trouble.
It won't count because we can see that his sky is blue on the map, and I think it was invalidated lap.
So Snooky crosses the line, and that is his session done and dusted. He's not going to be starting in the top 10 for this one. Castle Racing coming up towards the line. What can he do? Taking the shortest run to the line. He does improve. You saw there driving very, very intelligently there, minimising his distance to the line. Stayed on that left-hand side, because that was the shortest run to the line. And ultimately 6/10 off for the fastest time. This could easily become a three-man fight for the win in this Tier 2 event tonight. Ryan Ruby, Cordeo and Castle Racing separated by 3/10. Long way back to King Quinn, sat in P4. Can he get a little bit closer as the track continues to improve here in this session? What has he got up his sleeve as he comes into Goddard for the final time?
This lap won't count. King Quinn has got an invalidated lap.
He's invalidated. What about Nilsson? Can Nilsson improve?
Nilsson.
He's a red block on the screen. What can he do? Comes over the line, can't improve. So that is... Yeah, so it looks like that is going to be our lot here for the Tier 2s. I think everybody's come over the line and finished the session, so it is going to be Ryan Ruby lining up on pole, but Cordeo not too far away. 1/10 of a second between the top two. Castle Racing not too far off, just over half a second off for the leader. We've got a few comments coming in from some of the drivers here in this session. Pete Vibb says good luck to Quinn and to Duke, and Ryan Racing says in the comments should have competed another lap, was up by 0.2 of a second in the first corner. So Ryan Ruby's got more in the bag. That is definitely going to serve as a little bit of a warning, or maybe an ominous warning to Cordeo and Castle Racing. But he's going to have to make sure he does it consistently in the race. 30 minutes of Donington Park here for the Tier 2s. The Tier 1s later on will be doing a 1 hour race, but these guys just 30 minutes to show what they can do. And obviously the top drivers in this Tier 2 will be promoted to Tier 1 at the end of this season. So it's there's a lot on the line, a lot at stake, and I suppose that all the drivers who are at the top are going to be fighting to get out of this little area that they're in right now and get up into the promised land, which will be Tier 1. But Ryan Racing says in the comments there, he did a 1:40 in a practice race. I'm very surprised about that, but I believe you, mate. That is some very, very hot pace indeed. But he's going to have to do it consistently over the course of this race. Cordeo, Castle Racing definitely going to be on it from the start. King Quinn, DeLazycamel, Duke Martin, Falguest, RWI, those five in the mid-pack were pretty close in the timing boards, so expect a good mid-pack battle between those. Nilsson, Evans and Snooky rounding out the field. Don't count out those guys from getting involved in the mid-pack action as well. It's got 2 minutes left to go here until we get go for the formation lap. I'd love to ask the guys in the comments who you think is going to be taking this victory tonight. Sergey, for you personally, who are you putting your money on for this one? Who do you reckon is going to be taking home the maximum points?
Yeah, I'll put my money on Castle Racing. I think that if you're consistent, he may overtake these two BMWs.
Castle Racing for you. For me, it's a bit of a tricky one. Ryan Ruby said in the comments that he's capable of going faster than he did in the qualifying session. Rodeo, we know that he's strong. They're both driving in the BMW. It's a difficult one, it really is. I'm going to go and say Ryan Ruby just because he's on pole position and he's apparently got a bit more pace than what he's shown there in that qualifying session. I know that once he gets to the main event, when it gets to the moment where you have to deliver, sometimes you might be a little bit off the potential because the pressure does make a difference for sure. But I reckon that Ryan Ruby is the strongest contender out there, and as long as he keeps it clean, keeps it tidy, doesn't make too many mistakes, I think he'll be taking home the victory. But it's anyone's race here for the Tier 2. It's round 3 of the season here at Donington Park. If you haven't already, guys, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the Motive Racing channel. If you want to be involved in the on-track action, then go to motiveracing.com. Come over and have a look at what we've got on offer. We've got Leagues and ACC, Project Cars 2 and F1. Obviously, we're moving to F1 2021 soon. We've got an event on F1 2020 lined up. Sergey, my man, next to me is going to be coordinating that one. It's going to be a classic car championship, isn't it, Sergey?
Classic car champion? I don't know. I may miss the first stage, maybe
20 seconds.
I'm not sure if I will take part or not, but who knows?
Well, Sergey's put together an interesting cocktail of cars and tracks for our F1 seasonal event, or off-season event, should I say. So if you haven't already, guys, check that out. If you race in F1 2020, then have a look, and soon after that we'll be meeting.
Oh, Castle Racing started from the pits.
No! Oh no! That is unfortunate, but it's not all doom and gloom. You come out of the pits, you lose about 15 seconds, 15-20 seconds on the leaders, so it's not all doom and gloom. It's not over for Castle Racing. He just needs to get over that initial disappointment and keep his head in the game, because it's not over. He can still do a lot of damage from 20 seconds behind, that is for sure. I don't count him out of a podium, honestly. I think Castle Racing could definitely get a podium here in this race, but that's given Ryan Ruby and Quideo a little bit more of a breathing space out the front. They were a long way clear of Kingpin in the qualifying session. Also, don't be counting out the Lazy-Camel from giving Kingpin a good fight here in this one. Duke Martin also, who appears to be sporting the Emo Guy livery, not Emo Guy livery, Emo Guy number in that number 666. Indeed. Always there's actually a waiting list for the 666. I believe there's quite a few drivers who have signed up to have that one as soon as it becomes available, but not sure why. But yeah, anyway, so these guys just coming around on the formation up at the moment. 10 drivers out on the track, 1 in the pits, 11 altogether in this event. It's going to be a very exciting event indeed here at Donington Park. I'm stoked for this one, so I think we're going to have some great action. Donington's always an interesting track, and these GT4s usually serve up a bit of a treat, so my hopes are high.
Especially with these tricky conditions, with this rain.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to throw an extra element into it. It throws a spanner in the works for those who maybe have practiced for dry conditions, who have prepared for something where they're expecting to not see the rain coming down, and once it does, it can definitely just halt that preparation that you've made. It can just sort of put all your hard work to no avail, in a sense. But we'll be able to see whether or not anybody has prepared for the rain, if their hard work has paid off here. But they're just coming in towards the foggy S's here on the formation lap, towards the end of this lap. Let's see what's going to happen here. They'll be going double file out of the Melbourne hairpin up towards Goddard's, and then out of the last corner it'll be down to Ryan Ruby to put his foot down, and then after that will be green for the start of round 3 of the season here. Ryan Ruby's my bet for the race win here. Sergey, I think you probably cursed Castle Racing before you got going.
Maybe.
This lane start. So
commentators curse, yeah.
striking again. As always, what more could you ask for? What more could you expect from Motive Racing's leagues? The commentators have unbelievable power here in these commentary boxes. We can just influence everything. We have full control over what happens out on track. As it looks like we are green. We are racing now. Ryan Ruby leads the way coming in towards turn 1. Quideo looking to the outside, going to try and drive around him if he can. It looks like Ryan's going to try and hold it. Oh, Quideo goes a little bit wide there as Ryan held on to the lead. Quideo all over the curve on the outside. I think Ryan's going to try and hold it off there, side by side coming up down towards Hollywood. And Ryan does hold on to the lead for the time being. Quideo stops behind him in second place. Kingpin Duke Martin has dropped back. Duke Martin down to the middle of the pack. Disaster of a start there for him. Not at all what he would have been hoping for there. So he's got been passed there.
Someone's spinning. Duke Martin.
Oh, Duke Martin spins off. Yeah, he's had a horror show of a start here. RWI's had an absolutely unbelievable getaway. Up into third place already. Kingpin following him round. Falguest made a couple of positions. Up into fifth place there. The Lazy Camel has dropped down to sixth. Duke Martin down to the back of the pack there. Nilsson in P7 with Evan Snooki just ahead of him. And I wonder if Duke Martin's being picked off by Castle Racing already. Castle Racing's already all over the back bumper there.
Yeah. And Castle Racing now is on P11, right? And who's right in front of him? It's BMW.
What's happened to
Ryan Ruby.
Ryan's got back. No way.
Oh.
He got away at the start. He was leading this race. Started on pole position. He's down to 9th place already here in this race. That could not have gone any worse for Ryan Ruby. Oh no.
And someone's off in front. Who is this? Just trying to watch now. And it's Falguest, I think.
Has Falguest lost it as well? Yes, he has.
Yes.
Falguest is in the wars. Looks like he's had a bit of a moment there. He's now down to near enough the back of the pack as RWI is stalking Quideo, but Quideo's got the lead here at the end of the first lap. He's already pulled out 2 seconds here. What a first lap from Quideo. Clearly got control here at Donington Park. We've got RWI in second. Kingpin just behind him, sat in the final podium spot. The Lazy Camel's got Nilsson looking to his inside, coming into red gates. But I think the Lazy Camel's going to close the door, and there's no way through there for Nilsson just at the moment. Evans there, sat just behind him in P6. There's Snooki stalking these in the mid pack. Duke Martin, Ryan Ruby dropped a long way off. All 4 of those, Duke Martin, Ryan, Castle Racing and Falguest had problems already in this race. Castle Racing had problems before we even got going, and he's now just picking off Ryan Ruby and moving himself up into 9th place. Ryan is going backwards at the moment, and he's gone from 0 to 0 very, very quickly here in this race. So our predictions, Sergey: Castle Racing and Ryan Ruby running in 9th and 10th. Not the best night for us.
Yeah, but how may happen is racing. And I think it's someone lost it. It's again Falguest, or
someone
maybe it's Kingpin. I
Nilsson.
think Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin's dropped back. Yeah, so Nilsson.
He was on P3.
Has moved up ahead of him. Yeah, so oh wow, everybody seems to be losing control of their car right now. It is Kingpin. Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Sergey. So Nilsson now into third place. The Lazy Camel fighting over a podium spot here with Evans just behind him and Snooki not too far behind them. 7/10 off a second off of the back of Evans right now as Nilsson's coming in towards Melbourne Hairpin. He's got a bit of a gap to the Lazy Camel, comfortable enough there in that exchange between those two. Still Snooki just watching this unfold behind this battle right now. 4 cars pretty much separated by a couple of seconds. In the meantime though, Quideo starting the 3rd lap of this race, and he's got a comfortable by racing. RWI best of the rest at the moment, doing a fantastic job up into 2nd place, but he's lost 2.5 seconds to Quideo on that 1 lap alone. Quideo's on it at the moment, still holding off the Lazy Camel right now in towards red gates. You've got Evans there sat in 5th with Snooki. Castle Racing, Ryan's got back ahead of Duke Martin up into 8th place as Castle Racing's just in front of him. So these two have both made the move on Duke Martin. Duke Martin dropping backwards, King and running in P10. Falguest has not had the opening to this race he would have hoped for, down in 11th place at the moment and struggling to get the best out of that Audi at the moment. Snooki's up into P5 ahead of Evans. Or was he already ahead of him? I think he was actually already ahead of him there, so
yeah,
that's as you were. Castle Racing and Ryan Ruby, they're pretty close. These two qualified up high in the qualifying section, but it looks like in the race, Castle Racing's got a lot more race pace than Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan lost a bit. Yeah, Ryan lost some seconds, and now he's under pressure from Duke Martin. Big Martin is all over the back of Ryan. Maybe he made a wrong setup with the tire pressure, which is really crucial here in these categories, in Porsche Cup, in GT4. And maybe, yeah, he's dropped down, and his gap between him and Castle Racing is more than 2 seconds now. I don't know, maybe Castle Racing is just driving perfectly now in these conditions, maybe because he's right on the back of Evans now, and it can be a fight for the 5th place. But yeah, Ryan Ruby is struggling here now, and he